Just grab them in the brisket.
Mic check.
Karen Callis.
Check, check.
Caracalas.
Check, check.
Check, check.
I love how this just starts, right? It's just like, all right. A little pop in the knuckles, a little me.
Hey, guys and gals. You know what's right around the corner? That's right, Thanksgiving. You guys want a turkey about it?
Nah, I figured you were
gonna
gonna
let that intro up, son.
I figured you were gonna let me answer
Hey
that
guys,
one.
let's turkey about it.
But seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. I'm James.
Sean.
You know who I am.
I'm Alden.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, this is a Grabbing the Brisket podcast. Alden, why don't you go ahead and hit him with the gravy?
What's up, my dudes? I'm going to hit you guys with the gravy because the gravy is the business part of the Thanksgiving feast. You can't have Thanksgiving without the gravy. So I will say this. If you want to figure out our gravy recipes that we have, you need to hit us up on our email, which is grabinthebrisket@gmail.com. Twitter is @grabthebrisket. Facebook and Instagram is both one and the same, @grabeminthe_brisket. And see what we got in store today, man. Let's go.
Nice.
Love it. Great job.
So, as you guys know, I mean, this is going to be our Thanksgiving-laced episode, so it's going to be all Thanksgiving. So, we have 90-second beer review coming out. We have 10 interesting facts about Thanksgiving that you probably don't know about, or maybe you do. And then we have the Thanksgiving fails we're going to wrap it up with. So, thanks for joining us, and let's get right to it. But before we get to it, let me just go ahead and ask you guys a question. How soon is it to put up your Christmas decorations? How soon is too soon?
How soon is too soon?
Is there such thing as too soon?
There's
oh,
not.
yeah,
I think
there
we
is.
should allow
There's not.
other people maybe chime in on this.
Can you put them up in February? Or do you got to take them down in February?
In February, you're late.
Or do you just leave them up?
I think in February you still have them up.
For sure.
No, mine comes down New Year's Day.
I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but let's just talk about the elephant in the room. John, in his infinite wisdom, has put his lights up on his house already. And I think it's very nice. It looks great, and I'm ready for that spirit to come in. I just think it's a little too soon.
Well, I don't know, man. The kids love it.
That's
they do.
that's
That's the
why
thing.
they're upset, is because their kids are probably bugging them already.
And so are
Why
mine.
Why
So
aren't
are
my lights
mine.
up yet, Dad? How come?
I've already
how come
been
Mr.
asked
John
to-
has his lights up?
I've already been asked to go into the attic already and pull out all the freaking Christmas shit and start putting it up. I've already been asked.
Get your shit together. Get it done.
Mind you, and of course, when you guys listen to this, and gals listen to this episode, Thanksgiving's not for like another week away.
Yes, this is our Thanksgiving.
So lights
A
were
week
up
and a day. A week and a day. Exactly.
a week and a half before Thanksgiving?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
man.
I
You
mean,
do you.
that might be too soon.
I really
don't
feel
know.
like when you do you and it spills over to my yard, now we have beef. You know what I mean? That's how that works.
Come with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You could be missing a bulb.
Well, I read that people that put up their Christmas lights early are happier people.
I
in
saw
general.
that today. Denny posted that
Thank
today.
you. Yes, she did.
Yeah, she did. I saw that. I read it and said, nah, they may have something to that. But then again, I was like, nah, maybe they don't.
Yeah. Just don't be mad when a fuse goes out and
Can't find
you're
that
up.
fuse.
You're up there like
Ooh.
Clark W. Griswold trying to find why your lights don't come on. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I got the LEDs this year. One goes out, the rest of them stay on.
Okay.
Nice. Did you buy more extension cords today?
Not today.
What?
The other day I did.
Okay. Nice.
So you already did. Nice.
All right.
Okay. It looks good, by the way. Your yard looks great.
I'm not done, but thank you.
Okay.
And by the way, Alden, you can't complain because you helped me hang them.
Hey, I wasn't going to say nothing, man. That was all you.
All right. In another 3 or 4 weeks, we can talk about Christmas. Before we get into Thanksgiving, let's get into the 90-second beer review. John, I think you visited a brewery last week and got a couple for us to try.
Yes, the Saloon Door Brewery, the one that gave us the ridiculous AF peanut butter chocolate 12% knock your socks off beer.
The one you got drunk on?
Correct.
Okay.
So I went down to their brewery. I talked to them online first. Went down there to pick up some beers. That place, let me tell you, that place is awesome. First of all, their menu is killer. They let me try a bunch of stuff while I was there. Anyways, a really cool place. And yeah, they gave us a couple different beers. One we were doing tonight is the Brew Crew Irish Red Ale. And you can't buy this at the store, I don't think. This is something that they just sell it there. You can buy it there. So the one we have is in this giant, I don't know what size can this is.
32
Yeah, I
ounce
would say
can?
32.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
a big
sure.
ass can, but they fill
is.
it right there and put the topper on it right there.
I mean,
They
this
bottle
one
it.
It was
this
super
is,
cool.
This is 16.
Yeah, that's a wiener beer.
This
This is a man's beer.
So, just to kind of make this clear, like I'm a big can
Exactly.
guy, and when I opened the fridge earlier and I was looking for the can, they're like, "Well, it's a silver one." I'm like, "Okay, what am I looking at here?" And then you look down and see a 32 ounce beer can. It's got Sharpie written on it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"We're reviewing this. What is this?" You know?
Right.
So
Did John
It's
make
handwritten
this-
on there.
Did
Yeah.
John make this in his garage, or what are we doing here?
That's what I thought. Then
I
it
wish
came
I
out
had.
immediately cold, and it had whatever it said on it. It's like, man, these are heavy. Because these are heavy.
Yeah.
My little arms can only pump 12 ounces at a time. So
Right.
what am I going to do with 32 ounces?
really
You know what I
make sure
mean?
we
So
play that a lot more than just this.
Right, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
John, cut that shit out.
I'm going to
man.
edit that right up.
Edit that right out.
So,
It's gonna be my new
I-
ringtone.
right. These little arms only pump 12 ounces. So these little arms only pump 12. I really like this beer. I really wish they made a can on this one. I don't know why. I feel like
Of course.
I need to see it.
Yeah, the cans are cool,
but I really think this is awesome because they basically gave you a blank canvas and said, "Here's a silver can." They filled it and they topped it and they sealed it for you to where you get to go home and enjoy it whenever, pop a top whenever
Yeah.
you want. Right?
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. I got to check this out.
They're saying the can doesn't matter. It's what's on the inside.
Right. And I would imagine the folks at home listening can probably check them out or hit them up socially and see if maybe this beer is available to purchase, whether it's some establishment that might be close to them or maybe it's something that they're about to put out. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Something else to talk about here is I really have lost my train of thought. I have no idea what we're trying to talk
I'm going to say I like this beer. It's really good beer.
I do like this beer.
It very, very good, like full flavor. I mean, as soon as you start drinking it, and then honestly, really
It's immediate. The flavor's immediate, and then there's no back end behind
there's
it.
no aftertaste.
There's nothing else
It's just-
like, now it tastes like something else. It tasted just like what's going to taste immediately.
Correct.
What are you picking up when you take that? I know it's a darker beer when it's poured, right?
Yeah, it's dark. It's not super duper dark. It's not like
But I'm
a
not getting
Guinness,
like
but-
this huge hoppiness or anything.
Yeah, it's
else,
not
right?
hoppy at all. It's super
It's
smooth.
just, but I'm trying to taste like what is that note? What is that I know the name. What was the name again? Red Irish or
Yeah, Brew Crew Irish Red Ale.
right? So I'm not sure what that is that I'm picking up on that, but I really like it. It's almost not nutty, but almost.
That's what I was gonna
yeah,
say. I
yeah,
was gonna say
kinda-
like a woody, nutty kind of a. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
Walnuts.
okay. All right, you too. Okay,
All right.
Chestnuts.
Okay. I was going to go with not overbearing,
not overbearing.
nutty,
Well, I know,
but
but y'all are giving like, oh, it's got a good really flavor, but then it just drops off. It's very crisp, I guess, right?
For sure, yeah.
It just ends.
sure. That's what I was thinking.
Which doesn't linger around in your mouth or whatever else.
Is that a testament to what their style is? Does it make you come back for more?
Well, they're the ones that also have that chocolate
Peanut
peanut
yeah.
butter,
Okay.
AF, whatever beer, which is really good as well.
Sure.
That's one you smelled and you could. It's like it smells kind of like the way or tastes the way it smells, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got a really good flavor, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, Alvin,
I'm
think about it now.
I'm probably about a 6 on that one, actually.
Really?
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
for me.
That's pretty good.
Because
I
it
like
doesn't
that
it
beer.
doesn't taste like like something I want to keep coming back and tasting because it's not overbearing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just it's good.
Sonny brought up the red ales are more of kind of a malt and caramelly,
Yeah, I can see
buttery, hoppy
Okay,
type
okay,
flavor.
okay.
So
Okay.
that's why
That's what
that's
it
why
is.
it's like kind of smooth and it kind of finishes really smooth.
Nice.
Well, I like it.
that. God damn it! Now I want to taste it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm going to go with a 8.6.
Wow.
8.6, James.
Yeah.
Love that score.
That's
okay.
That's a
Great.
badass. That's a badass earthquake.
That's a good
man.
beer. It's a good beer. Like you can, okay, it's hot outside, and it's like, hey, you want to drink a beer? Yeah, perfect. You just drink it. Just slam that beer.
Well, and it's good that it was cold. Like, and that's kind of my my deal all the time is like something you want me to taste. As long as it's cold, like that. If it was kind of even warmer, like you alluded to it earlier, it's like if it was 1 degree like hotter, Wouldn't be
May-
as good.
may have
It was
lost
like
me.
perfect good.
It
Perfect
may have lost me,
cold,
but
perfect
I don't
good.
know. I really enjoyed it. John, what do you got?
I thought it was great, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of this brewery at this point.
Okay.
Everything I had there was awesome, and it was hard to pick like which ones for them to can up to bring here. So I will definitely be going back to get more. I guess I'll give it a 8.7.
Okay, love these scores coming in.
Yeah.
Can I change my
Fantastic.
vote?
No, you can't. It won't matter. It's already locked in. You already locked it in. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It is a great barbecue beer. That is a good point right there, Sonny. I'm actually maybe going to go just a little bit lower on this one. 8.4.
That's a great score.
Do what?
That's still a great score.
It is a great score. This is a beer that if I saw this, if I was out anywhere, I would order this beer. That's how much I like this beer. So
It's a good beer. It's a very good beer.
Yeah.
And I like the presentation of when somebody comes and get a big old can of it. Man, that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, it was super.
And then you
cool
get to write your
watching
own
it fill
stuff
I was
on
like,
it.
What
Yeah.
what are they doing? And then they put this little machine that I don't know, pressed the lid on there or whatever. It was pretty cool.
That is cool,
and
man.
it kept well, right?
Yeah,
For being brewed how long ago?
I have no idea. I didn't get a. There's no born on date.
Do you guys? Can I go off on like a little story, just really quick? And it's actually probably not going to be super quick, but back in the day, Red Dog, if you guys remember that, was kind of a red ale and was popular. I don't think it's made anymore, but one of the first times that me and Jan got kind of drunk, we had a buddy that worked at a gas station, and he would secretly maybe snag a beer or two and stick it in this case. And once he filled up the case, he would take it out by the dumpster, and then whenever his shift was over, usually it was like closing, and at the end of the night, me and Jan would swing by to pick him up. We'd go by the dumpster, and we'd pick up that case of beer. So, I mean, we was like, hey, this is great. Awesome. So we went back to the house. Mind you, this has probably been sitting out for maybe a couple hours, so nothing was cold. I mean, it was probably cool, but not cold. So we're drinking warm beer.
Warm beer's gross.
And Red Dogs.
Great the first time,
Bud Ices, maybe 3 or 4 beers down, and Jan's chowing down on chips and just like going to town. And next thing you know, it's just like, I mean, again, at that early age, 3 or 4 beers will, jack you up.
Right.
Oh man! So, a funny thing about that is that I actually left the room. Right, we're all like in our rooms, playing music and whatever, drinking, right. But we couldn't like open the door and let my parents see what we're doing, right? So we're like every time we open the door, we like hide everything. We actually had a little cooler, right? Little cooler set up, little ice from the thing.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. So I left the room and I go to the kitchen because I'm like, hey, a couple of beers deep, I'm hungry, I need something to eat.
And invincible.
Snacks.
So I opened the door, and back then we didn't have like this nice place, right? We weren't living in I'm not saying it was horrible, but it wasn't it wasn't the greatest. It had thin walls, and I'm not saying our parents knew, but I think they knew because I was looking for food. I'm basically shoved myself all the way inside this refrigerator. I'm digging in the back. I'm trying to find something that tastes good. I'm not sure what I want. And we actually had our grandmother staying with us that week or whatever. And she's like, I said, have you seen this? And she's like, I think we're all out of it. It's like when you're all out of beer, you're all out of beer. It's all gone. And I'm sitting there, and I'm
Grandma
like,
Dunsky, you Dunsky. Yeah.
I'm inside the fridge, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't look at her. If I look at her, she's gonna know. So I'm just like, I grabbed whatever. I grabbed something.
Grab the ketchup.
Yeah,
This is good.
This is what I needed.
It's what I wanted. So I grabbed something, and then I grabbed those potato chips. Right? Boom. Go straight to the room. And I was like, James, they know. And he's like, nah, they know. They knew they would come in here.
How could they know?
They don't know anything, right? They don't know that we're popping tops in there,
Yeah,
right? And laughing about
giggling
drinking
and
Red Dog,
laughing
right?
uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I drank, and we all drank, partaked. It was good. I may have gotten a little bit woozy. I don't know. Maybe some bad chips. Maybe something got to my stomach there.
Yeah, that's what it is. Bad chips.
But bad chips that we devour. But I did lose. I had to eject those chips. That's what happened. I filled up an entire chip bag
With chips?
with chips.
Liquid chips.
Liquid chips. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, there's no way I can get think of like the extra large size,
What are you gonna do
family
with the
size of Lay's. How do you get that down the hallway, right? I'm just thinking, like, just get down the hallway. Just dump it somewhere, right? So we had to dispose of this thing, very Mission Impossible list kind of thing. But we got rid of it, went to bed, woke up next morning, and they were like, I think we still had our cans sitting out. I mean,
We weren't
it's
smart.
Passed out.
horrible. Yeah. We had like a lot of like work outside to do that next day or something.
But at that point, the cans are empty, right?
Yeah,
So you
they
blame
were
on your parents.
They were,
Well, we didn't drink them.
yeah.
Y'all
They're
drank
in our rooms, man.
Yeah, they snuck in after
They,
they went
they
to
were
bed and
coming to
drank
clean a
beers.
room.
Yeah.
They were coming to clean a
Right,
room,
right.
and
Just drank a bunch of beer.
drink a
Random-
lot of beer.
Mom, Dad, quit leaving your beer cans in our room.
You're supposed to come clean it,
Who the hell
and now
drinks
you
Bud
left all
Ice
your beer in
anyways?
here.
This clearly happens at Alden's house.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Aviana.
Hey, why are you leaving these beer cans everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold my root beer.
So, yeah, that was good. And you know, hey, here's the deal. I don't know if that's what made me like beer. I already liked beer before that. Already tried it. I like beer now. I don't drink every day. Don't drink every day. It's not good for you. But you know what? Be responsible.
I agree with that sentiment. 100%.
And that concludes the 90-second beer review.
90-second beer review.
Well, I mean, I think we've established that Poppin' Tops is acceptable.
That is acceptable,
Background
yes.
noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in every episode. So. If I tried to edit all of those out, there'd be no words.
There would be just nothing but
It would be,
silence.
hi, this is Grabbing the Brisket. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
90-second beer review.
Right.
Okay, so this leads us into our, it's not really the barbecue portion of this podcast. So, I mean, it's the...
Well, it is the barbecue portion, I think. But I do think that we should be able to talk about this a little bit.
It's for a holiday.
Chasing
like a
the
holiday.
smoke. Kind of what
Alright,
we're
that
doing
too.
this next week. We're putting out a whole lot of food. A whole lot of
That is
food,
true.
guys.
That is true.
We're basically catering now. We took orders. We've got, I think the last numbers I looked at was like maybe 13, with 13 briskets we're cooking. How many turkeys? I can look this up, John, if you don't have the numbers in front of you. If you don't know, if you can't remember them. 11.
It's
was it
something like 16 briskets and 13 turkeys or something.
Yeah,
and then a
yeah.
few chickens.
A few chickens, which 3 chickens, right? I saw that. And then I do like, you put a post out there today, James. It was like, hey, how are we going to brine all this? Like, we're brining these turkeys. Like, what do we just like? You got a bunch of coolers? Like, how many coolers you got? Because turkeys take up a lot of room.
Right, yeah.
So I like that. So he's already thinking about how you're doing, like doing just one turkey. Hey, maybe not so hard to brine one. Doing 13 of them. Well, that may be a little more difficult. But I do want to give a shout out to Chase Moore guys. They're all doing this, and I think that it's a big feat, man.
It is.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of food to
I mean,
cook in
there's
one
a
day.
lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time, and
Especially when a lot of people have a lot of stuff to do with their families. You know what I mean? So you got to set aside extra time
You do
to do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And then also trying to cook your bird, right? Like we always want to cook our birds whole, keep them. But here lately for our Thanksgivings, we've been spatchcocking the turkeys, laying them out flat on the Webers. We got 2 Webers going at the same time, or maybe we'll have our other big pit going at the same time. But we're smoking them in probably 2.5, 3 hours. You know,
it definitely cuts down the time.
it does. So if you're at home and you're thinking, hey man, I know when this thing hopefully comes out before Thanksgiving, but if you're going to barbecue one or cook one on the Weber, hey, cut the backbone out of it. Spatchcock it. You'll be happy. Do it in 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It's come out moist, beautiful, tender. You can brine it. You can inject it and whatever else. But just kind of a rule of thumb there that, I mean, like, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring this up, is because it was more of a, if you're doing one, perfect, but if we're doing 13 turkeys, well, we're not spatchcocking 13 turkeys. This is not going to happen. We don't have enough
We don't
grill
have enough
space
room.
right, to do that. So we'll be cooking ours probably a little bit longer. But don't know. It's kind of want to throw it out there. I mean, if you're cooking in quantities like that or cooking whatever, it's kind of something to think about. So.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, spatchcock and turkeys. I mean, there's a lot of like tutorial videos on YouTube that you guys can go check out, learn how to do it. It's going to be challenging for sure, but I mean, it's something that we do to raise a little money for the team, and hopefully we can put it to good use. Okay, so let's get into the 10 interesting facts about Thanksgiving that you probably don't know or never even heard of. Y'all guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
We're going to go.
Number 1 on the list, President Thomas Jefferson thought making Thanksgiving a national holiday was ridiculous. And then, I mean, that's pretty weird to think about that, yeah?
Oh, Jefferson?
Right? I mean, he's like, screw
No
Thanksgiving.
turkey for you.
No turkey.
I don't think we should share that moment.
Yeah. And so, and fast forward, I get a little, small little excerpt fast forwarding. Somewhere around the 1942s to 1947, you had Harry Truman and his administration. They attempted to promote a poultry-less Thursday. And what they were trying to do was discourage Americans from eating poultry or eggs or egg products on Thursdays. And if you think about that, I mean, Thanksgiving is always held on the last Thursday in the month of November.
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular case,
Fourth Thursday.
the fourth Thursday, you're correct. Fourth Thursday.
It's
and
the
this-
last
It's
Thursday.
just the last Thursday.
The last Thursday.
Unless there's 5 Thursdays in that month.
It's still the last
It's the
Thursday.
last one.
It's the fourth one.
It is the fourth one.
That's the ridiculous
What?
thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's the truth.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, there are some years that, Sonny's got some, he's saying fourth.
Okay. Well,
Wait, he's
sounds
holding up. He's holding up
He said
turkey
fourth,
feathers.
too, but yeah. Sometimes
Those
there's
are turkey
5 weeks in a
feathers.
month, and I can get that. So okay.
So Truman and his stoogeness
Infinite wisdom.
in his administration was trying to cut out egg products and eggs and turkeys on Thursdays, which in this particular year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all fell on a Thursday.
That's not going to work.
That's not even possible.
Okay. So he was worried, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, and it goes on to say because Thanksgiving was always on the Thursday, this meant that turkey and pumpkin pie, 2 Thanksgiving staples, were discouraged, not only for the holiday, but for Christmas and New Year's Day as well.
Pumpkin pie was discouraged because it contained eggs.
Correct.
Okay.
The National Poultry and Egg Board furiously lobbied the president to cease promoting this plan. It's like it culminated in a truce at the National Thanksgiving Turkey Presentation, whatever that is.
I want to go.
Shortly,
I totally want to go to that.
You don't know what that is?
yeah.
How the hell?
Shortly before Thanksgiving, I mean, is that still going on? I don't even know. Turkey was no longer forbidden, but eggless Thursday remained for the rest of the year, meaning no pumpkin pie was served at the White House for dinner that year.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you didn't get no freaking pumpkin
Yeah.
pie.
He didn't deserve it.
And Harry Truman is a fraternity brother of mine, so I feel kind of sad about that now.
Oh, guess who else is going to be going to Charlton? One of our mega fans.
Who's that? Ellie?
Ellie's
Hey,
definitely going to
Yeah,
go. to Tarleton
Ellie's
State.
going to be
Shout out to
Charlton.
Ellie.
Yeah,
What's
mega
up,
fan.
Elle?
She is a mega fan.
Hopefully she didn't think that intro was a little too cringy, but
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, she's going to listen and she'll give us feedback.
For sure.
She's one of the best of feedbacks. Okay,
Number 2.
so main topic, number 2. So the real first Thanksgiving was held in Texas in 1541 when Francisco Vasquez de Coronado and his expedition held a Thanksgiving celebration in the Padre Canyons, which is basically is up in the Panhandle. So
Okay.
they're getting up there in the
Okay,
Panhandle.
so you're
area.
saying that it was done in Texas.
Basically done in Texas.
He's saying Texas invented Thanksgiving.
You just said Texas invented Thanksgiving.
I think that's pretty much what came out of y'all's mouth and mine. Yeah.
So the Americans, like, because we're Texans, right? So the Americans, the people that live in the other states, right?
You're welcome.
They believe that it was 1621 when it was like in what it was like. You got Plymouth Rock, you've got the Pilgrims, you've got all of this, right? Is that right? Is that what I'm hearing? And now we just heard right here from Alden Garza that it happened when?
1541 is when it was supposed to start.
Okay. So you're saying that this guy had like a Thanksgiving celebration
80 years prior to the Pilgrims.
This is great.
Francisco knew that he don't want no rocks on him, so I don't know.
Hey guys, I mean, don't take our word for it.
Google it.
Google it.
Do not Wikipedia it. Google it.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
all.
I just think
Read about it
like,
about yourself.
Ask your ancestors. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I think this is
your
one more
ancestors.
thing that happened in Texas. And let's face it. I think he's from Spain, right?
I'm not from Spain.
is he a
Fool, I'm from
Spaniard?
here.
Coronado.
Who you at? Oh, you asking Coronado?
Is he Spanish?
Well, he's definitely not American.
I think that that just says that, hey, what a melting pot Texas is, right? And we want you, and thank God it came here first. So, yeah, you're welcome, America.
Now we got turkeys.
Invented barbecue.
Check.
Invented Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Check. What else?
Baseball.
Hey, baseball? No, not baseball.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not baseball. Yeah, well, we'll get there. It's fine. All right, number 3. All right. Sarah Hale is considered the mother of Thanksgiving, which I'm not sure. I wish I knew more about Sarah Hale right now.
Hale.
Hale.
Not hell.
Sarah Hale. She urged President Abraham Lincoln to make it a national holiday. She also wrote the popular song "Mary Had a Little Lamb."
What the hell does that got to do with anything?
what I was
I
thinking.
feel like that's a little tidbit information of who Mary Hale was. She was a writer. She was a songstress.
I wrote a song to
Author.
Mandy
Author.
yesterday. Said, about to run out of gas. Ain't nobody writing that.
Hey.
Well, yeah, Sarah Hale would have wrote that song for you had you'd asked her or whatever. But the thing is that she did urge President Abraham Lincoln to make a national holiday, which, by the way, he did
In 1863.
make it a national holiday in 1863. Look at
That's
3
right.
points right
That's
there.
right, John. I knew that. That was a good year.
And, yeah, I think that that's a...
But you got to keep in mind, Mary, back in the day, dude, Mary Had a Little Lamb, dude. That was a banger, dude. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
those kids were going crazy
Yeah,
over
it's
that
like
song.
Humpty
Can
Dumpty,
you
dude. It
imagine?
was,
That was the jam.
What that...
yeah.
That was like Billie Eilish or just, I mean, it was just a jam.
I
Everybody
don't know
just...
what that means.
Today we have Mary and her song. Mary, please sing your song.
Yeah, Little Nas X.
Well, let me
Old
get
Town
my
Road.
little lamb. And they say, duh.
Mary had a little lamb.
I don't know what they do in those days.
A
What about
little
Humpty
lamb.
Dumpty?
And the fleece is white as snow. Well, that's a rage, right? People are just going crazy over that song, I think.
What about the goddamn
No.
spider that goes up the goddamn, what's that called?
Ooh.
The water,
Ooh.
what is
What
that
did,
called?
Water spout.
The water spout.
What did Andrew
happened to
Dice,
that dude?
And Andrew Dice Clay say about Mary Had a Little Lamb?
Oh, Mary cried when Jerry had a so I can't do this.
Yeah, we
She
can't.
sat on her Muppet, right?
No, can't do that one. Sorry, not here. Yeah, let's go
Okay,
to 4.
all right, let's go.
All right, who's got 4?
Oh, I got 4. Okay. The Snoopy balloon has appeared in more than any other balloon in the Macy's annual Thanksgiving parade.
I probably could
Why
agree
is
with
that?
that. That thing is, I don't know, but that thing is always there.
Do you know how many times?
All the years.
Take a guess.
72.
I was gonna go probably around like 40. Am I too much?
Yes, you're too much.
Okay.
Shit, 12.
Sonny's saying 25. Nope. 27. Nope. Still, no. That's off.
How many
How many times has Snoopy been in the parade?
How many Macy Day parades?
Oh, you
have
said
there been?
Snoopy. I thought you were talking about Snoopers.
Yeah.
Snoopers would have been there every year.
I say, I don't
Snoopy.
know, 30.
No, too much.
38.
38.
38. 8 different styles of Snoopy.
I was right there. Yeah, so I think that Charlie Brown does like resonate with Christmas, with the holidays, with Thanksgiving. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there was a Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, right? I can't remember one. I think was there.
There probably was.
I
Some
it
kind of
has to be,
special.
right? I see it. Like, I love it.
On a side note, continue with the theme with the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. The very first Macy's Thanksgiving Parade featured animals from the New York Zoo, which included elephants, tigers, and
Dogs live on houses.
all other kind of
Are you
crazy
talking
animals.
about like live
We're
animals
talking
or like
about live action
Okay.
animals.
Oh wow, in cages.
That was probably so much cooler.
Like in cages?
Well,
or
I've
like
seen
out in the
pictures of the, and I'm sure maybe they're probably in cages. I've seen pictures of the elephants itself
Walking down the
walking
street.
down the street,
Yeah.
weren't in cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Macy's employees were dressed up in colorful outfits, walking and doing all stuff like that. Totally not what
We see now.
we see today.
Right.
Maybe you should do it now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I would rather see an actual.
Would you
line
guys ever
Either
go-
on freaking-
walking down
on
the
a
street.
chain or something? And then,
Would y'all ever go to that parade and just sit there in that nonsense?
yeah. They had Bengal tigers?
No. I'm just saying, like nowadays.
No, I'm not going down there. It's too dangerous.
It is, but people do it every year.
Going to New York.
Yeah.
I would do it in New York. Yeah.
No, you would.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to Houston.
Isn't it
No,
always?
I'm talking
in New
about
York?
the. I'm talking about.
Macy Day Parade's always New York. But I'm saying,
Yeah,
like
that-
we have our own parade here.
Yeah, I'm talking
Oh, we
about
did?
that one.
Yeah.
You would go do that?
Yeah, I would do that. One time for experience that, of course. Come back like, never doing that again.
Right? God, so many people. The traffic was awful.
Another interesting fact: cranberries were once used for more than just sauce. Native Americans used them to treat wounds and to dye arrows.
Boom.
Why would you want to dye an arrow?
Because you want to make your arrow red.
Yeah. Just like your forehead.
Is that like for the feather part, or
Yeah.
Probably the feather, maybe
the
the
whole
the stick of it.
Maybe
I mean,
just to,
That just
to
seems
dye
like a
it.
lot. It seems like making an arrow would take long enough anyway. Why make it take longer by
Well,
coloring it?
back,
what
in the
el-
day,
what-
back in the day, they didn't have
What else? They have nothing. They're not putting Christmas lights up.
They didn't have Christmas
They have
lights.
nothing else to do.
They didn't have Netflix.
That was
so
their
yeah.
job.
Nah.
He looked over and he saw his buddy. He's got plain brown stick arrow. He's like, I'm gonna make my arrow red.
Done.
Yeah.
Mine's cooler than yours now.
And that way, when
I
somebody
guess.
hits somebody with an arrow and they're shooting at the same thing, oh, I have my red ones in there. So now they know who made the kill. They were savages back then.
I
I don't think they cared back then as much. They were
I
probably
think
just like,
maybe
we're
it's
eating
more
tonight.
about like maybe they felt maybe it was maybe stealthier. Like you're not going to see it coming. Maybe it just blends in a little more.
Maybe. I think for those warriors,
I
it's
don't know.
different, man. It's like we'll never be able to contribute to what they were going through at that point, because they were savages.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
When
man,
you say
just-
savages,
I don't
say-
think that's the right word.
I say peaceful people that wanted to hunt and live.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I view. You say savage because you've seen westerns. And
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
Well,
Savage is
whatever.
sounds a little derogatory.
Like,
I would
I think maybe we made them.
what does a lion want to do?
Well, hey,
Just eat and live. It's a savage.
It's a different time. Different time.
That's
right?
what we all want to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Eat
I'm a
and live.
savage.
Okay, and so and I can add on to that. Cranberry are one of the maybe one or two only fruit that is native to America.
Really.
I would never guess that.
None of the other fruits we eat are native to
No,
here.
it's just one of.
One
I
of.
think there's probably like 3 fruits. There's a muscadine grape, which is native to United States. The cranberry, maybe the blueberry as well.
So it's all just little fruits,
With a blackberry.
but little trees. Those all come from little trees
Could
too.
be blackberries as well. I'm not really sure.
Those are all bushes.
Apples, oranges, none of that shit was.
You've been grown somewhere.
Those are not indigenous to here.
Wow.
Again,
Really?
that's
You just
I
blew
read-
my mind with
yeah.
this shit.
I could be totally wrong. There's probably somebody listening to this right now. Go, this guy's a moron. He has no clue what he's talking about.
Well, you know what? We don't want your input, so hold it to yourself.
That's not true. Email
Back
us,
in-
grabbing brisket.
Please tell
Back in
us. Please tell us.
1693, people are just roaming around. All there was just cranberries.
What about blackberries?
Or blueberries. I tell you this because Manny's family runs blueberry farm there in I guess northern eastern Texas, but I mean everything there's on a bush. The blueberries are on a bush, blackberries are on a little bush. It's good stuff. It's very lucrative over there, but I would never guess that none of that was from indigenous to here. You know what I mean?
Hey, knowledge bombs being dropped everywhere.
For sure.
Boom.
For sure.
Boom. All right, on to the next one.
All right, guys. Turkey was the first meal enjoyed by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin
Okay.
Interesting.
Like in space.
in space.
In space.
Wow.
The first meal enjoyed in space was turkey.
Do you think it was like astronaut turkey, like freeze dried turkey, Or back then, they didn't really know better. They were just like, nah, take a Ziploc of turkey with you.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's going to last good 6 days. We don't expect it to last more than 3.
Cook it while you're up there. You got your Weber?
Right.
I'm sure it was like maybe a tin can.
Or is
something.
it Thanksgiving
Yeah,
at that
probably
time?
cured-
Are they just
cured
getting
meat,
sliced
right? Turkey,
sliced
you
turkey?
can-
I don't know.
It sounds awful. Canned turkey.
Well,
I'm sure it's canned turkey.
I mean, you don't
Probably
have
no gravy.
No, but
You don't
here's
want the
deal.
gravy just floating
But
around.
if you're up in space and you're...
That's true.
Here's the deal.
You have no options
You're
up
trying
there.
to get there, and you do, and you're like, we still have to get back. And you feel so far away. You can eat some, some cooked turkey and whatever else. Like, I bet they felt like, man,
That was probably a feast for
we're
them
going
up
to be
there.
okay. Like, we have a mission. We're going here. We're doing this.
Yeah, it honestly sounds terrifying.
I couldn't. I don't
Dude,
know. I couldn't.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, yeah.
Otherwise you're
Not
eating
smart
like
enough, let's
you're
be
eating
honest,
crackers
but-
and packaged milk and stuff like that. So I mean, I can imagine if they're getting like a thing of turkey.
Yeah. So what was it? It was a Apollo. Was it Apollo? What was the name of the
Apollo Creed.
mission?
Just
They're
kidding.
the first
Apollo
one.
1. Apollo 13.
13.
I don't know.
Yes.
Apollo, which one? There's a lot of Apollos.
There's a lot of some
So
catastrophes,
I
some
don't know
not.
if the lunar. You're talking about for Neil and I think
Neil and
that
Buzz. Was there a name?
Yeah, there it definitely was. But I don't know if that was the number 1 or number 2.
Kill
That would
dog.
be Apollo 11.
Apollo 11.
The lunar mission.
Okay.
So I knew there was like a lot of different missions that basically just getting a rocket in space, getting something going up, right?
Yeah.
Going to the moon was something different, right? Going to an orbit around the
Right.
So they had a whole bunch.
They
of
had gone to
different
space
missions.
and done other
Yeah.
stuff, but this was the first time going to the moon.
Okay,
Right.
so one little quick myth buster.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey does not make you sleepy. And I'll elaborate a little bit more. Tryptophan that's in the turkey does not make you sleepy.
No, it's the overeating on Thanksgiving that
That
makes
is correct.
you sleepy.
Tryptophan does not make you tired.
Fun fact, chicken has more tryptophan than turkey.
Well, let me ask you a serious question. Now that you bring that up. So the hunters back in the day, way back in the day, they go kill a turkey. They all eat it. It makes them sleepy.
No.
That's all they had to eat. Americans make shit sleepy.
Are you saying Americans
People
are lazy?
make shit sleepy.
Well, just overeating, right?
Just overeating,
Being
yeah.
gluttonous or whatever, right? You just ate a 5-pound plate.
They ate till they
You're
were
like,
hungry.
Something's wrong with my body. It's shutting down. And then you go lay down. You wake up like, I feel great. Must have been the turkey.
Yeah, it was the turkey for
It
sure.
was got to be the turkey.
Yeah, it
Right?
was
So-
one of the 7 helpings of
Yeah,
turkey.
I get that. Right. And look, like the most plates I look at, you always have 2 slices of turkey on your plate.
Nah, I do like 1 slice and then like 40 sides.
That's what I'm saying.
One
It's like-
slice, a
there's
piece
just-
of ham, mashed potatoes with the gravy.
Macaroni.
Gotta
with-
have the mac and
the gravy.
cheese. Gotta have
That's
the
it.
stuffing.
And the stuffing, yes. The dressing, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Nope.
Those are definitely things you want to have.
Then you wash all that down, and then what do you do after that?
You take a nap.
You watch the Cowboys.
No.
Watch the Cowboys. That's what you
I
do.
mean, there's pumpkin pie. There's
yeah,
apple
yeah.
pie.
Sweets.
There's
Well, I'm not
always have
sweet.
sweets.
I'm not a sweet eater though, so
so you gotta have a slice because Grandma just made that pie just for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and you have to try each kind.
Yeah,
I totally get it.
and then you slip off into your food coma.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's a food coma.
Right. What is the most important Thanksgiving side?
Most important Thanksgiving side.
The one that when you roll up, you're like, I have to get some of
The
that.
dressing.
dressing. I agree. Dressing, 100%.
In Texas, actually, there was already a poll on this. Some other states, they would tell you pumpkin pie. They would tell you different
That's not a
cranberry.
That's a
They would tell you different
Yeah.
things. In Texas, dressing.
Dressing the stuffing, is that what you're saying?
dressing.
Same thing?
The
Stuffing,
Kind of.
dressing?
It's made different.
Yeah,
Some people make them different, but it's dressing.
The dressing is, it's the corn bread, or it's the made of rolls, right?
Biscuit,
Biscuits.
cornbread.
But that is in Texas. It wins out. It is your side. Turkey will win first. Dressing will
Dressing
win
is 1 second, no doubt.
I'll follow that up with if you are stuffing your turkey with dressing, please stop doing that.
So it is the stuffing. Stuffing and dressing. This is interchangeable.
Well, no, it's
Stuffing.
called stuffing
It's
because some
pretty
people
much the same.
stuff
People
it.
call it stuffing because they stuffed
They
it up
stuffed the
into a
turkey.
bird.
Okay.
You don't have to do
I'd
that.
always heard of it called stuffing.
But
So
you take
just making sure we're on the same
you take
page
your
here.
drippings, you
Yeah.
take your stuff, and you
Same
make
page.
that. You make your
Right.
gravy with that, right? There's a whole lot of
Yeah.
things you're making with that. So
All right,
So-
I'll agree. Stuffing is
The big problem
Up there.
that I've seen and I've read all over the webs is that by stuffing the turkey, you run the risk of okay, so first of all, you have to cook that stuffing, and stuffed up into the bird, it's going to take a while to
Yeah.
do it. So you're going to overcook your bird.
right, and then that probably absorbs some of the moisture out of your bird because stuffing is pretty
Correct.
dry, right?
Now, if you pull your bird when your bird's supposed to be pulled, but the dressing's not
No, everything's
fully
contaminated.
cooked yet, and it's now you got like a E. coli laced
Oh, yeah.
or freaking salmonella laced dressing. So, hey, if you can just not do that, spatchcock the bird,
yeah,
Yeah.
cook your dressing on the side,
Or fry the bird. Fry the
or
bird.
fry it, dude.
Cook the dressing on the side.
Family will love
That's
it.
it. Yeah.
Okay, we got number 9 here. It says the very first TV dinners sold were turkey dinners. That's so
Hungry
funny.
man.
It says 1953. The TV dinner company Swanson overestimated the demand for turkey by over 260 tons. The owners
That's a
of the
lot of
company
turkey.
had no idea what to do with all the leftovers, so they enlisted the help of a company salesman, Gary Thomas.
Good old Gary.
Good old Gary or Jerry. I don't know how you
I would
say
say
that.
Jerry. That's
I
a
would say
weird
Jerry
one.
on that
I think
one.
so.
It's
Jerry,
with the
I would
G.
say
Jerry.
Jerry.
Thomas.
Yeah.
There's 2 R's. So
Jerry?
taking inspiration from airplane meals, Thomas ordered 5,000 aluminum trays and loaded them with turkey leftovers to create the first TV dinner.
Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry, you have brought sunshine to my life.
That's pretty
so
awesome.
much happiness.
Go ahead.
No, I would say if you were like your last TV dinner, like it's been a long time since I've ate a TV
And
dinner.
that's what I'm alluding to. Yeah.
What was the TV dinner you ate?
God, I don't know if I've ever even had like a real TV dinner. I've had a lot of little
You know.
meals you pop in the microwave,
No,
but
the one that had the trays
and multiple little
and
things in
pull
it.
the film back.
Some of them are this tall.
We're
Like
not, talking the lean cuisines
Nope.
or the.
No.
Then I've never had
Talking the
one.
real deal. The
My
real
last
deal.
one, I think I was probably in college. I was working at HEB. During my lunch breaks, I would roll over to the freezer section and I would pull out a TV dinner. Usually they were like the little steak fingers
Okay.
with tater
That
tots.
sounds awful.
And I think they had some type of other food with it as well.
Yep. Al,
That was Nighthawk, if anybody out there knows what that is.
what was yours, Al?
when I was in jail.
Oh God. Jeez.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah. Tell me your TV dinner. Well, what were you eating?
It wasn't a story. I mean, I had what they called basically Salisbury steak, which has some Jello and
Dude, that's mine. I had my
Something like
boxed,
that, but-
a boxed Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes. I think I had some vegetables in there. That's mine. Like I basically you pop it in the microwave, the damn thing puffs up, put a hole in it, right? Peel it off, boom, eat it. I love those things.
yeah. Well,
I've
I
not
didn't,
had
I didn't
one
even
in,
talk
like-
about that. I was talking about like the little TV trays that you had when you were a kid. Like these things are this tall. You're sitting on there in the TV, and you got you got your freaking cereal with the milk
No,
in it.
no. We're talking about the ones you put in the microwave. TV dinners. They're dinners. It's a dinner in a
Oh,
box.
I was thinking of something else.
You think of a TV tray?
Yeah, TV tray. TV tray is what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
As
well-
for a kid.
That's what you eat your TV dinner on,
Right.
is the TV tray.
Yeah.
Damn it.
TV dinner, TV tray.
I
Wow.
only spent 19 days in jail, by the way.
Okay.
So,
Well,
that one
were
time.
we saying
Holy
something?
moly.
That one time.
You had this tray that had like all of your like vegetables, your potatoes, your meat in it. You throw it in, and then you would cook everything perfectly in your microwave, right? The future of cooking, and then your pudding would always be burnt, right?
I don't understand cooking pudding anyway.
Well,
Yeah, you
'cause
shouldn't be putting that in there.
You got to pull the. Yeah, it's frozen pudding, and you would cook it, right? And then it's just like I'm not eating that shit. But the damn Salisbury steak, I loved them. I haven't had one.
I loved it. I mean, it always tasted good.
Yeah,
The Salisbury
right?
steak, the
It
ones
was
I had
great.
was like the little steak fingers. They're almost like little hamburger bites, and It tastes like a little campfire.
I've not had one since I was a kid. He's like campfires.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever really had one.
The only last time I had one of those because that's all there was there to eat. So, and they had some pudding and some Jello actually, and I got to watch the Cowboys while I was in jail. So that's not bad. So,
Were you in jail or was this just a hotel? I mean, you got TV dinners and you got to watch TV in the Cowboys.
You had a resort.
and I had
son.
my big old own day room at that point in Yoakum County where I lived at. This was a small county jail, so it was like.
Oh, so
There was only like
Cowboys are on the TV no matter what.
Well,
Okay.
no, because that was a day room. You had to get privileged to go out there. So there was only like 8 criminals in this place. I made number 9, or whatever. So I wouldn't like stealing from nobody. I guess stole from myself at that point. So
Were you touched or anything?
maybe
Okay.
I can tell you this: I was 2 weeks away from leaving the Air Force, and I got my DOEI, and that kept me out. So
Don't say that. Who's got number?
well,
10?
that's a
That's a
fact.
I get that. That sucks, man. Respect for that.
And I spent 19 days in jail.
Yeah.
And it was the longest 19 days I've ever spent in my life.
Number 10. The song Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song. James Pierpoint, we all know James Pierpoint, composed the song in 1857 for children celebrating Thanksgiving. The title was originally One Horse Open Sleigh, and it was such a hit that they sung it again at Christmas. The song quickly became associated with the Christmas holiday season, and the title officially changed to Jingle Bells in 1859, just 2 years later.
You know what, man? I really feel like I cannot imagine this being a Thanksgiving song.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right, because you've always heard it as this.
Jingle bells,
But
jingle
had
bells.
you heard
Right?
a one horse open sleigh song, right?
Besides this one,
During Thanksgiving, as you went to go travel to see all of your family and your one horse open sleigh,
Hey.
and then all of a sudden 2 years later they go, "This is a Christmas song," and you go, "No, I see
I'm
that."
trying to think of the lyrics. I mean, dashing through the snow.
And a
The
one
one
horse
horse
open
open
sleigh.
over the hills we go, lapping all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Oh,
I've got a lot of editing to do.
Something like
Just
that. I
fucking
don't
it
know.
up.
So,
It's
so
not,
basically,
it's
the song
not Christmas time,
was
so I forget the lyrics.
the song was just somebody who was traveling, probably
That's
to
right.
Grandma's house.
That's right.
For Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving,
Yeah, except for it was for Christmas.
they've ruined.
what
they've
happened
ruined
to
the
that?
song for us?
This should be Thanksgiving song.
Is that what happened to
I'm
the
only playing
reindeer?
this song at Thanksgiving.
Nope.
That's it.
You guys are celebrating Christmas too early if you do that.
Is that why Grandma ran over the reindeer?
No, there's no reindeer in.
Well, who ran
Thanksgiving.
over the? Who ran over? But exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is that why Grandma ran over the reindeer?
Grandma didn't run over the reindeer. The reindeer ran over Grandma. Dumbass.
Well, they both ran over each other.
Grandma got ran over.
Who
Come
lived
on.
through that thing?
Doing this.
Okay.
We all can sing. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, number 11. The night before Thanksgiving is the best day for a bar in sales in the U.S.
I actually agree with this.
Well, I don't think it's something you can agree with or disagree. It sounds like it's a fact.
No.
This is better than New Year's. This is better than St. Patrick's Day. This
you know
is
why?
the number one day.
Do you know why?
I don't know, but I bet you're going to tell us.
I will tell you why.
What
the
bar?
Way, the way I think.
Any bar?
right? I think because you get off work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've worked the whole week. You know you're off Thursday
And probably
Right.
Friday.
and Friday.
You got a 4-day weekend.
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to go have a few cocktails, a few drinks, just blow off a little steam, get ready for tomorrow, big day. Also, there's no expectations. There's no have to run out and try to buy and shop and all that. It's just about you going home and relaxing and having a good time.
It still seems like a lot. Like, I
I
don't
don't
really
think
get
so.
it.
I think everybody's just probably trying to get themselves ready for what's about to unfold. Which, I mean, a lot of people have a
maybe so.
lot of issues with
Right.
Thanksgiving and family coming in and man,
Stressful
maybe,
season.
It's so
Anxiety.
stressful.
Yeah.
I got to get this cooked. I got to get this ready. I got to do this, and so maybe I'm just going to go hit the bar. Maybe just cut back and cut loose a little bit before I have to deal with all that.
Yeah, I can see that. I love Christmas. I love Halloween. But Thanksgiving growing up, for me, was one of my favorite holidays as a kid. Christmas is fun. You get stuff and whatever else. But
Thanksgiving started it.
Thanksgiving was a time where, like,
For kids, you know
would
what I mean?
see- Yeah, you saw
Yeah.
people you hadn't seen in a long time. You hung out. You cooked good food. You ate really good. Like, I'm not even a big fan for having turkey on Christmas or having.
I don't do turkey. on
Right?
Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's, you have different meals for that. Like, for me, having Thanksgiving was just a time to bring family together. Having Christmas was just, I hate to say, I've had kids and I'm not saying greediness, but it's all about what are you buying somebody, right?
Yeah.
And it's this gift exchange thing that I just hate doing. I don't mind buying gifts. I hate getting gifts. So for me, Thanksgiving is here. Christmas is like right below that. Halloween is like somewhere below that.
Where's Easter?
Easter is,
I was gonna say Cinco de Mayo. Where's that at?
it's a good one too. Easter is obviously awesome. So thank you, Alden. Thank you, John.
And thank you, James.
No, James, don't thank you.
All right, last one we had on the list. Minnesota produces the most turkeys in the U.S.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Minnesota produces more turkeys than any other state in America. The state will produce around 40 million turkeys this year, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, because they're
That's a lot of birds, man. That's
North
a lot of
Carolina,
birds.
Arkansas, Missouri, Virginia are also top producers, but they
That's a lot
can't
of
beat out
birds.
Minnesota.
Good Lord, 40 million.
40
Yeah,
million.
you know how cold it gets in Minnesota?
That's a lot because there's only like what 150 people in Minnesota.
Right. No, it's more than that. Minnesota is nice. It's like Austin, kind of.
Jan,
parts of it can be.
You've made several trips to Minnesota, haven't you, Jan?
Minneapolis, whatever. I have, yeah. But really and truthfully, Minnesota is a lot of farmland. It's a lot of farming communities, whatever else that you see. But I have a hard time believing they produce that much turkey.
It's cold as hell up there. I'll tell you that.
Well, it gets.
You go up there in the winter.
It call it, it's like a polar vortex that happens in Minnesota. People go to train when they're going to train to leave the country and go places that are very cold. There's parts of Minnesota they go to for that
Yeah.
because it gets like 30 below there. Yeah,
When you were in Minnesota,
yeah.
you were there for a couple of days,
Yeah,
correct?
it's been there for like a week or two. Yeah, I spent probably last 3 years, probably spent 2 weeks total there.
Did they have a funny accent? Did they talk a little bit different than the way we did?
A little bit. It's almost like
Did anybody say you had a funny accent? Or
they know I have a funny accent. They don't have a. It's not a really thick accent. You got from Boston or something like that. It's more of a.
Certain words, right?
It's almost like a don't you know type deal, right?
Yeah,
It's like
don't you know? Yeah.
it's almost like a Canadian
you guys.
thing that's happening with them that just kind of lingers around. But as soon as I say something, they'll look at me and like, "Oh, you're not from here." I mean, it's almost immediate, right? You can order, "Hey, can I get one of those?" And you're like, "No,
So the mamas run the
you're not from
run the
here."
territory over there. What it sounds like.
The what?
I can't tell mama nothing over there if I live in Minnesota. Basically, what it sounds like.
Why?
I don't know. That's what you're telling me. Mamas run the territories, right?
No.
Guys
I
like,
don't know.
hey, I don't know what's going on. Mama's like, no, you coming back home.
No.
That's what I got from that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know what you got from
That's
that.
what I heard from that. I don't know.
No. Alden's mistaken. I don't know what mamas and you come back over here.
Man, you're cut off.
So-
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be.
yeah, Vikings.
We were talking about, yeah.
So no, they have a different accent. Every time I go, I love going there. And Minneapolis is really like kind of like Austin in Texas. It's very vibrant. You have a whole lot
Weird.
of stuff happening. Yeah, it is kind of weird,
Yeah.
right? They're very progressive. But if you start branching out, I would say you'd probably start seeing more of a different cultural whatever. Well, a lot of farmland, a lot of stuff. So I love that place.
That's awesome. I mean, I think we learned a lot of interesting facts, and hopefully the people that are listening learned a little along with us as well.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
awesome.
You're
Enjoy
welcome,
your
people.
cranberries because
Hey.
they're the only fruit that is from here.
From this
Exactly.
point on, I only eat cranberries at Thanksgiving.
And if you want to apparently heal your wounds, put cranberries on them.
Are you saying you only eat cranberries at Thanksgiving, or are you saying that's the only thing you're going to eat at Thanksgiving?
No, I'm only going to listen to the cranberries and eat turkey and Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the barbecue fails, or actually the Thanksgiving fails. However you want to word it, it is what it is. Now, we got one that was a team submission from good old Eric. He says he went on to say that he forgot to take out, and I think this is probably a common mistake that people make, and they don't take out the giblet bag,
The giblet?
the giblet bag.
Is it
Say
a giblet
giblet.
or
I would say giblet.
Giblet.
Giblet?
A giblet.
So in our
I
family,
would say
it's called a
giblet.
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 Yeah.
I would
don't
say
know.
giblets.
It's so if you don't know what this is, so if you get your turkey sourced from a place that has like free range, whatever else, usually your turkey's frozen, right? But all of your stuff is just basically just stuck inside the neck. Everything else is
The
inside
neck,
the turkey.
the heart, the
Right.
liver,
That's all
all the little
inside,
organs,
right?
Kidneys?
kidneys.
No kidneys.
No,
guys.
no kidneys?
No.
How many
kidney
kidneys you got,
beans.
John?
No. So that's all inside. But some companies will take all of that and they'll package it for you. And you don't know, like, first of all, is this giblet going with this turkey? Maybe it's a different turkey. I don't know. Right? It's just packaged.
I don't want no rando giblet.
Exactly. So it's packaged and inside the turkey. It's frozen inside, right? Go ahead, James.
Not to be confused with Kimmy Giblet.
Yeah. Keep
Gibbler. A big
you
gibbler.
just keep going.
Okay, so he forgot to take out the bag of the giblets out of the turkey, and he said it probably could have been partially frozen when he put it in the oven. The turkey finished 3 hours late, and he just says it was terrible. So,
Worst turkey.
yeah,
I'm sorry, what?
He said worst
worst
turkey. Now, I don't know if that bag puts off a odor or a flavor, but if you're heating up plastic inside your turkey,
Yeah.
it might. I mean, it might. You never know.
I don't know. I think that frozen ball in the middle probably just made it take forever to cook, so it just dried out the
Yeah,
rest
but
of it.
it's only about the size of it's like maybe the half of your fist.
Yeah.
That's not gonna. That thing thawed out in like 30 minutes.
Why did it take 3 extra hours to cook?
I don't think.
I don't know.
Well,
We might need
it
a
was- it
little
was
more
it was a
information from
fail.
Eric.
Yeah. Eric, call in.
Yeah.
I mean, was the rest of the
Hey,
bird
call
thought
him
out?
to text
And we
line.
have Eric in right now.
Was the rest of the bird thought out at that point?
Well, he said it was a frozen bird.
It was partially
that's why
frozen
it took.
That's what the
why
problem
it
was.
took
Okay.
3 hours too long.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And then I had 3 little notes. Notable Turkey Day fails. Some of the stuff that I read off across the internet. Not planning enough time to cook everything. Not taking the turkey out in time enough to thaw. It's a big fail.
That's actually
That's probably common.
Might be
if
the
you're-
number one.
If you're going to fry a turkey, it has to be thawed.
Correct.
Yes,
You cannot
because you have to
have a
inject
frozen turkey and put it. You
it.
cannot
No, because
have
it'll
it-
just blow up. The
It
grease will
blows up.
grow up. Just
It blows up and it causes garage
horrible.
fires, house
it'll
fires.
burn your house down.
It
will.
It will kill you.
like the
Don't-
big bad wolf, man.
It'll scar you. Do not do that. So thaw your turkey out, then fry it.
And I think probably thawing your turkey out, if you buy it frozen from the grocery store, it's probably going to take maybe 4 days.
Yeah. I just
Maybe
saw
5
something
days.
about this. It depends upon the weight. Yeah, there's little lists
There's
online
little
you can
scales
see.
out there that you guys can abide by. And
Yeah, like the
it'll tell you how
biggest
to do it.
ones. Yeah, the biggest ones are like 4 days ahead of time.
Yeah. The last one I had spilling and dropping dishes. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah, it's a barbecue.
Well, that's when you get- that's when you get drunk.
Yeah.
It's a turkey day fail.
There goes Grandma's green bean casserole.
No, that's Grandma's dish.
There goes the china.
It's
The
never
china is
casserole.
gone. The china
It's
is
always
breaking.
The dish is being served on, right? So, I've actually got one. Yeah. So I don't know if it's not a barbecue or a Thanksgiving fail so much as just an accident, I guess.
That's how most fails are. Accidents. It's fine.
This is my mother-in-law, and I love her dearly. But one of the things she did is she cooked. She'd asked like, "Hey, bring a dish." I said, "You know what? I'll do some chicken. We'll bring chicken over. You're doing turkey. This will be perfect." I showed up, and she was basically pulling the turkey out of the oven. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is great. Like,
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. You're here." And then she opens the bag, right? And
She cooked it in a bag.
She cooked the whole thing in a bag. The entire time.
She cooked the turkey in a bag?
Turkey in a bag.
Okay.
Like straight from the store?
And you do that, right? Mm-hmm. But when and I don't know how long she estimated to cook the turkey. That was one of the big things, right? But when she cut the bag, I was like, oh, something's not right here. Like I can just, something's not good.
The odor wafted towards
yeah.
you.
Clark Griswold when
Yeah,
he
it
cuts
looks
into
perfect.
the bird and just like
Pops open. Well, this bird was a little bit different, right? So she had to pour, like it was super hot, right?
I'm sure.
And you had to pour this turkey and the juices and everything else into a big pan, right? So she goes to pick it up and pour this turkey. Once it hits the pan, it just kind of collapses.
The pan collapses?
I was about to ask that as well.
The turkey.
the turkey collapses.
She poured the turkey into a pan? Or the juices? I don't
The
understand.
juices, so everything's in a bag, right?
Turkey's in a bag. So she's
Juices,
trying to
turkey. She's trying to pick it up and get everything
transfer
into a pan.
into a pan.
Right?
The whole thing, everything. Okay.
Everything,
Okay.
right? So once she did, the entire turkey collapsed
Oh, it might be overcooked.
into a mush.
Mmm.
There was no carving. You couldn't carve a turkey.
Turkey stew.
Turkey mush.
Just
Turkey
add-
pudding.
add-
It was the pudding burned.
The pudding was not burnt. The pudding was. It wasn't a horrible turkey, and truthfully, she felt
You just called it turkey mush, and then you said it wasn't a horrible turkey.
it was not a great turkey. She felt not well after this. She's like, I fucked this up, and she told me, she goes, I fucked this up. And I was like, no, it's fine. It'll be great. There was a lot of.
How long had y'all been married at this point?
I was gonna say, when's the last biggest lie you ever told?
We were
Besides that
probably
one?
married for 5 years. 4
So
years.
were you eating the turkey like, this is so good?
So I did try a piece of turkey. Mm-hmm. I did not eat any more after that. It was not good. Now, however, she upped her turkey game. She came back. She was like, I'm not doing that anymore. She cooked turkey in the oven the way not normal people, just the way anybody does it. And it came out phenomenal. So she totally redeemed herself, and the turkey was great. But that one year, that was the biggest turkey fail I'd ever seen because the entire house ate chicken. Nobody wanted that turkey. It was like, that is... Gary looked at me one point, and he was like, he couldn't tell if he was eating bone or it was meat because it was all just soft.
Just way oversteamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
So,
I feel like that's something that's probably happened
it's probably,
multiple
everybody.
times.
Yes. Again, there's so many different like cooking fails or Thanksgiving fails that has happened out there. That I mean, whether you just forget to take something out of the turkey, or you way overcook it, or you don't cook it long enough, or you try to cook your turkey in the microwave, or
Right.
yeah. But it is the season for us to be thankful, and I'm super thankful for all of you guys.
You should be.
Here. I am. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my lovely wife, my daughter, Sunny being here, the people at Chase and More Smoke, all the good things that they do with Chase and More Smoke. I mean, love you guys.
Hey, I want to second that. I think you said it really great. But yeah, hey, thank you all. I'm very
Exactly.
thankful.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
For sure.
my
I'm
wife.
thankful for
So,
your wife too, James,
mother.
and my wife.
Yeah, and thankful for Chase getting out of his shit he was in,
That's right.
this
Chase was in
week.
the hospital
So
here
Yeah,
this
shout out
week.
to
yeah,
Chase.
shout out
for
to
sure.
Chase, man, for getting out
Get
of
better.
it. So
Hey, and we're thankful for the people.
The people,
the people,
the mega
You
fans.
guys are
the
really
mega fans.
It's always
What
about
we're-
the people.
I mean, we're not thankful for Rick, so that guy can just beat it.
Yeah.
All right, really quick. I was driving this past weekend. I had, I think, my daughter, Jan's daughter, with me. And all of a sudden it's like, boom, boom, iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. I'm like, what?
I didn't know
Podcast
they had
Awards?
podcasts on
Did
there.
you think we were going to be on it?
What? And they're all talking about different podcasts and whatever. I'm like, nope, no grabbing the brisket. God dang it. And then I was like,
I'm sorry.
oh,
did
wait, we're not on iHeartRadio.
Maybe we should be. Maybe I
Maybe.
should add that platform.
They say it's the number
Yeah.
one platform for.
It will go straight to the radio
Podcast?
station,
Really?
man.
Yeah.
I don't buy that,
Yeah,
but
we
I'll look into it.
What's
we
it
love
gonna
you,
hurt?
Spotify, iTunes, Podbean.
What's it going to hurt?
Right.
Think about it. What's it going to hurt?
Number
Nothing.
one podcast in barbecue comedy goes to
In Pearland.
in Pearland.
We
Living
are. I
on.
guarantee you right
Hey,
now.
they couldn't make it, but
I can guarantee you guys right now, we are the number one podcast on the street. So
Yes,
there's
we
no
are.
doubting that.
that's right.
So we just got to work
Just unless
and just keep going from that.
For-
Got to build on it.
neighbors
Got to
across
build
the
on
street start
it.
one,
So-
then we might be number 2.
For sure.
Top
Might
10.
be.
Top 10.
Hey guys, appreciate it. Hey, again, to reiterate, go check us out socially. Hit us up on the Gmail. Hit us up Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We love the interactions. And if you guys have any questions or whatever, just let us know.
Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble gobble.
My dudes.
Just grab them in the brisket.